We are building something from the ground up, and you are coming along for the ride, which is exciting.
This video series is the beginning, as I said, of something really exciting that we're building together. I call it Find the 50. As I was thinking about how to bring you along the everyday life, not just the setup and, the scripted and the stationary shots, but how can I bring you along the journey when things are happening, when I'm on my way to somewhere, when I'm doing something and I just want to be able to pull out a camera or be able to create something in the moment. And there wasn't a lot of devices and a lot of tools out there that were designed that could be accessible for somebody like me. And so the thought was, wow, there should be. And there's so many amazing digital creators out there that have a disability, that have a limb loss or a limb difference, or some type of struggle that really limits areas of their body to be able to be useful when creating. And so this is not just a Katie problem, this is a bigger industry problem. And what if brands and companies that were designing gear actually thought about these things and brought disabled creators into the conversation around design? That's what Find the 50 is all about. So we're finding 50 disabled creators to be a part of the conversation around collaborating and working with brands to create accessibility-oriented gear so that we can identify really cool tools that work for everyone and that have adaptation at the center of how they were designed. That's what we're building, and we're building it from the ground up. And you get to be a part of the journey of what that really looks like in real time. I've been doing this thing in the morning and in the evening is on my commutes, whenever I'm driving, instead of listening to music or consuming someone else's content, I am speaking my thoughts, and then I can pull those transcripts into ChatGPT and build content from those times. I think, I get into these small blocks of time, and then I struggle to know what to do with them or how to make them the most productive. And so much of the reason I'm struggling is because I didn't do the initial thought dump before I had the block of time. I didn't film any of this morning. It was such a busy morning and just didn't get to it. But I have to show you. Look at her. She's so cute. Oh my goodness. Hi. Mom's been doing a lot of baking lately, and so she's perfect. Yay. We're doing black raspberry. Okay. 50, your new task, updating your 50 list, building your feedback form. The feedback form. So basically, I just inputted my transcript from Otter into AI, and it is giving me a to-do list and helping clarify all of the things that I was talking about in the video, which is really cool. I want to use the form for disabled creators or brands that want to work with Find the 50. So I literally can take the transcript, plug it into ChatGPT, and here we are. Here we are. And before you build, ask me clarifying questions. Okay, so exciting. And then when we go to, there it is. All right, we are going to now look at our LinkedIn and see what messages are on there. Read 48 expressions. Not bad for having never posted before. So, moving on. One of the things that I want to do today also is to check my dashboard on Instagram and see where we're at and what's working, what's not working. And then particular content, accounts engaged. Okay, so we have no shares going on. Okay, cool. Okay. What it says. I am not surprised that this is what ChatGPT is saying. Based on my analytics, that's what I see too. This is a reach problem. I don't have a lot of people actually watching my videos. I think this has been the biggest discouragement for me, to be honest. It's like I put a lot of work into my videos and then I post them and maybe we get lucky and go beyond like 300 views. We gotta figure out what is gonna break us out of the 200 jail. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I am excited because I got my midterm done this morning. I was going to take it on Friday, but after doing some quizzes last night again, I just convinced myself that I just needed to take it. Helpful information. Glad it's done. We can jump into today and tomorrow and Thanksgiving weekend without having that on our mind. So
a few moments later.
I am sick and I'm bummed that I don't feel super great and that I have a constant sore throat. But I'm going to make the most of today because I have so many things that happened over the weekend that we have to talk about. And I'm so excited about the growth that we're seeing with Find the 50. So I'm going to get some things tidied up. And get my day started because we have things to do today. Well, the white shirt didn't make it that long, honestly. Uncomfortable. We're going for comfort because I want to show you something that happened over the weekend that is definitely changing the game when it comes to social media and how Find the 50 can grow. Almost every other video that shows up on my feed is another creator that I'd never known existed that is disabled in some way, primarily limb loss, limb difference. Some have been like spinal injuries, or they're in a wheelchair. It's so inspiring, and it honestly got me so excited because we all know that social media can become all-consuming. That it is a tool that is incredibly addicting and can influence us to be a certain way. But also understand that social media can be influenced and informed by you, and that you are the one telling it what you want to see, instead of kind of telling it what you want to see and then, letting it inform. Oh, we have so much to say. It's so hard. This is going to be the place where we just get the unfiltered Katie, because we can't do it on Instagram right now because we're being very methodical and strategic about what we're putting out there. But the reality, and this is something I'm so geared up about right now because it's so exciting. So many people are going to throw social media under the bus. And I've been there and I am still there in some ways. I think that social media is a very powerful tool that, in the hands of people who are not mature and aware enough of their own addictive tendencies to use it, are going to get in trouble and are going to waste their life and their time online, letting Instagram influence them versus us informing the content that we see. And yet we know that the algorithm is based on us. And so, well, of course it's based on you because that's what you're watching. But Instagram doesn't just want to build based on the good parts of you. It wants to build on the stuff that will keep you watching. And so then we're the kinds of people that just scroll and scroll and scroll, never engage, never interact with the people that we see online that we're inspired by. We just keep intaking information and being entertained by this idea that we're doing something. And what I have found in the last several days is, by bringing an intent to my brand and my account, I am now really truly in the driver's seat of informing the algorithm to show me what I want to see, what I want to follow, what I want to comment on, and what I want to ultimately engage in. And so I'm not just telling Instagram to just show me a bunch of content that I'm going to consume. I am now telling Instagram, hey, I'm an engager. I'm a curator. I am intentionally searching online to find a particular kind of person. And so now it's like, okay, well, we're not gonna win Katie over anymore by the lip syncing videos and the stupid, kind of AI videos that aren't about real life. We're really only gonna keep her on this account. We're only gonna keep her on Instagram if we send her what she's asking for. And you can do absolutely that same thing. You can literally turn your social media into a search engine that is giving you exactly what you're looking for. Which is so exciting. I want my audience to also be doing that sort of curating, to be looking for and searching for and highlighting amazing creators out there that have a limb difference, a limb loss, or some type of, physical injury that they really have to work through. So I really want to train my audience to do the same, to be looking for something in particular, and to get into the habit of engaging with and interacting with and not being so observational. But I have to do that in a very strategic way. I can't push my audience too much too fast. I have to invite them into that collaborative space so that they actually want to do it. So obviously last weekend was Thanksgiving. I had some time on my hands that I rarely ever have. I got all my homework done by Friday, and so Saturday I literally just had the day, and it was so nice. We went out to breakfast, my parents and my sister and I, and we went to a bookstore and got some books. And it was just a lovely, relaxing day. I just shot this random video of me blow drying my hair. And I kept in struggling with the cord and whatever. I was just it is what it is. This is just kind of a reflective video. All I put on the text was just can't stop thinking about this. It's literally me blow drying my hair. And then my caption was something along the lines of I just can't stop thinking about how many people with limb loss or limb difference I'm getting to see right now. Kids, adults, figuring life out on their own way. How much I want to actually know them, not just repost them. So it's reflective. I'm responding in the moment. Let me pull it up on my phone because that's where we really got to see kind of the shift with how Instagram was pulling my content out. So here you can see how instead of the sharp spike and then staying the same, it really built over time, and Instagram really pushed it out more than it normally does. Now, while I am really pacing myself online and using a very methodical strategy, using a lot of restraint on what is being pushed out there, I am going to use no restraint here on YouTube. I want you guys to know everything that's working, everything I'm trying, and what's not effective or what I thought would be effective and isn't. So this is our space. This is our creative workshop space. This is the space where I am bringing you into what's working, what's not working, what I'm excited about, what I'm frustrated about, what I'm noticing, all of those things in between. Not only about the strategy of what's working, but also just changing the industry and what I'm wrestling with and what I'm kind of unclear about. So today we are, going to make our video for today. And this is we're moving from observation and reflective content, right? That's been the last couple days. Yesterday's video didn't do quite as well on the momentum of Instagram pushing it out, but it did do well on fulfilling kind of the place that we're in, which is more of the reflective, more of the thinking about how many people are out there creating, and so we're moving kind of from there to what is the action that people are taking and how can we make that stupid easy so that it's not something that feels super overwhelming for our audience to actually take action on. based on everything that I've put in it, based on what's been working with my content so far, I am now going to make a video for today that is inviting people into looking for creators that have a limb difference or limb loss. I preferably want them to tag on my videos because that also indicates to the creator that this is somebody to follow and to engage with. But I also want to make it as simple as possible for people to share and to highlight creators without feeling like they have to do it in public. Y'all, I have so many words and I have so many things I want to say. It's so hard to make it like very simple. We made our latest video and it's performing decently. So cool, check. We're gonna leave that one alone for the day, and we're gonna move on to a LinkedIn post. We gotta get that written. In the caption, we put drop accounts you're learning from lately. I'm reading all of your comments. So it gives that invitation. So we'll see if people do and how that goes down. But the other thing is I filmed this video not on my phone, but on the DJI Osmo, and I love how smooth and like cinematic it looks. So that was really fun. I just have to remember to back up a little bit from the camera when I'm doing my reels because it doesn't do like a vertical shot. It just does a horizontal shot. So hair is crazy, but here we are. I spent the rest of my afternoon yesterday after I filmed that last shot in bed. We went downhill after that. So I woke up this morning and was really congested. So drinking my hot water, taking my vitamins is what it is. Our video yesterday did really well. Especially because I can tell that Instagram is distributing differently than it was before. We don't have that instant spike and then plateau. It's starting a little bit slower in its distribution, building momentum a little bit slower, but then we have some pretty consistent momentum over time. So we're overall on average getting about 100 views more now than we were last week, which means, hey, every little bit counts towards reach and discovery. We want to make sure that we're communicating to Instagram who we are, what we're doing, what the tone and style of our content is so that it knows who is going to want to watch that content. I also just put all of the accounts that I have been saving in my Instagram saved folder into my spreadsheet. Let me show you this. So here are all of the names. 32. Today, we were gonna work on this yesterday, but today we're gonna work on kind of the strategy of how we're gonna be building this out. And specifically, what's the strategy behind how we are sending messages, what those messages look like and sound like, and are we building a relationship in public, not just in private? Because a lot of these amazing creators probably get a significant amount of like spammy weird stuff from the weirdos on the internet. I want to make sure they know that I'm here to stick around and I'm not just somebody who's going to show up in their comments once and then, want something from them in that way. So let's get to work. It's 2:20 p.m. and we've already gotten some responses from the content creators that we reached out to, which is really exciting. These are not DMs. My process that I'm going to try on is to first and foremost acknowledge what they're already creating by commenting and sharing some thoughtful comments on their reels. I don't want to be spammy. I don't want to be in their DMs and then not know who I am. I want them to be able to recognize my name, not because I'm some famous person, but because I've been in their comments, I've been engaging with them, I've been sharing their stuff in my stories with my audience. I want them to see me publicly acknowledging what they create before I am privately in their DMs, so that they're not getting a sense that I'm like just there to get something. One of the really exciting parts about kind of the Find the 50 project is that I'm not selling anything. I'm not selling a product or service. And so that really kind of removes that barrier of connection, because people don't feel like I'm trying to get something out of them in that sense. I think we're going to end the video here. 2 things that I've really learned from the last 7 days of episode 1. The first lesson is that we've got to embrace the tortoise mentality. We are going slow and steady, not fast and chaotic. I am a very let's build it, let's go. And I had every impression that this process would be like that. That even this vlog, I would have so many things that I did over time and so many things to show you. And the reality is, so much of this process is about listening and studying and reading and getting to know people and what matters to them. And I want to be able to bring that curiosity to this process, because I think that the results that I get are going to be so much better than trying to hurry up and build something without the foundation underneath it. And then the second thing that I'm really taking away is I had no idea how many disabled, limb lost, limb different creators were out there already creating, making stuff happen, building, designing, documenting, showing people their process, how they work out, how they cook, how they take care of their children, how they live life. It makes me want to understand their process even more. How do they set up their shot? How do they film? How do they handle that extra layer of effort that's already required in the thing that they're doing, let alone setting up their gear? What are they finding that's working? What's working, what's not working? All of those things. I just have so many questions, and I really have to restrain myself from getting too in people's business before a relationship has been built. But I'm fueling that excitement into the consistency every single day, because ultimately that's going to make more of a difference than kind of chaotic behavior around Find the 50. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I promise they're going to get better as we go. I had a really hard time embracing the documenting life, filming along the way. And so thanks for your grace in watching this, and I will see you on the next video.